Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today, I'll be flying out the French Seafire LF Mk.III. The Seafire was a carrier-based variant of the Supermarine Spitfire, specifically modified for operations from aircraft carriers. The development of the Seafire LF Mk.III began in 1942 in response to the need for a navalized version of the Spitfire. The Seafire Mk.III was based on the Spitfire Mk.V-C. To adapt the Spitfire for naval use, several modifications were made. The Seafire had strengthened landing gear, folding wings to have space on carrier decks, an arresting hook for carrier landings, additional navigation equipment and radio gears suitable for naval operations, and reinforced structure to endure the stresses of catapult launches and arrested landings. The performance of the Seafire LF Mk.III was comparable to its land-based counterpart, the Spitfire Mk.V. It was powered by a Rolls-Royce Merlin 55M engine, providing good performance at altitude and satisfactory handling characteristics for carrier operations. The Seafire LF Mk.III entered operational service in 1943. It was primarily used in the fighter and ground attack roles from aircraft carriers of the Royal Navy, including operations in the Mediterranean and Pacific theaters during World War II. The Seafire was primarily used by the Royal Navy, French Navy, Irish Air Corps, and the Royal Canadian Navy. Overall, the Seafire LF Mk.III was a crucial adaptation of the Spitfire to meet specific requirements of naval aviation, contributing to success of carrier operations during World War II and beyond. That's all for the history lesson. I hope you enjoy the combat. I spawned into this game pretty late, so now I'm just trying to look for some enemy aircraft who are low. I see 2 enemy aircraft on my teammates, so now I'm going to try to boom and zoom them. As I'm diving, I'm always going to be looking around me, being aware of my surroundings. Now that the FW-190 is turning in towards me, I'm able to get a shot off and take him out. As I'm in the climb, once again I'm always looking around me, being aware of my surroundings. As I'm in the climb all the way back up to altitude, I see a bunch of these Ally IL-2s coming into battle, so now I'm going to fly in formation with them. It really is nice with the sunset action in the background. As I'm climbing back up to altitude, I do see this enemy Bearcat in front of me. I'm going to try to go and take him out. I do see my ally Spitfire going in to kill the Bearcat. I know the Bearcat's probably dead here. And not to my surprise, the Spitfire takes him out. There's only one guy left and I know that he's a bomber. Our airfield is now under attack. As I'm turning around back towards our airfield, I'm looking for contrails. I'm not able to see any yet, and then the B-17 comes into frame. I just need to make sure that I keep climbing up towards them. The Spitfire that's already on him did a pretty dangerous move here. He went vertical and behind the B-17. The B-17 is very heavily armed with back gunners. He could have easily just died there. Now that I'm within a mile of the B-17, I'm going to start firing. Hit him there, give him an oil leak, critical hit, he's on fire, hit him again, and he's down. Just like that, we win the game. Now we're in the second game, and as I'm in the climb, I see this DO-335 coming in towards me. I know I have to dive away. I know that I'm definitely not going to want to go head on with this guy, so I'm going to have to jink away. A jink is an evasive maneuver, and thankfully he misses his shots. He tries to turn with me for some odd reason. I outturn him in every way. As I'm doing that, I'm also looking around me, being aware of my surroundings. I see the DO-335 now going in for my ally P-51. I try to warn him. Unfortunately, he's hit. Now the DO-335 is coming back in towards me. I fire here, hit him, and dive away because I really don't want to go head on with this guy. Now, of course, he's going to go for one of my other teammates. I'm going to come back around to try to kill him again. Once again, I'm always looking around me, being aware of my surroundings. This DO-335 is in a really bad spot. I fire here, hit him, fire here again, give him an oil leak, and take him out. As I'm climbing, once again, I'm always looking around me, being aware of my surroundings. Finally, now we see this J-188 thanks to the blind hunt. I'm going to keep flying straight because I know that he is faster than me right now and I am climbing, so I'm going to try to intercept him. He's starting to dive now. I know I'm not going to be able to catch up to him, but I am still going to be flying behind him because if he does land at his airfield, I'll be close to it. All 3 of my idiot teammates think that it's a great idea to follow him back to his airfield and try to risk it. I tell him it's not a good idea. It's not a good idea because your airfield and the enemy airfield both have very good ground artillery, and that ground artillery will shred your plane within seconds. Of course, they don't listen to me because why would they ever? So now I'm just going to sit back, relax, and watch them all die. My ally Spitfire already has a really bad fuel leak. J-188 is also firing at him. One Spitfire is down by the Ju-188. The other P-51 on my team is also down because of the ground artillery. Now it's just the F-82. The F-82's comment to all that is RIP. Yes, rest in peace to all of the game sense. As I'm turning back around, I see my ally F-82 having the wonderful idea to once again turn back towards the enemy airfield, and of course he dies to the ground artillery. We had the man advantage, and of course, as usual, my teammates find a way to screw it up and make me do all of the work. It's okay though, my teammates don't realize that I actually have a brain. I know that all I have to do is just wait for this enemy Ju-188 to take back off again. I have all the time in the world. Of course this guy's not going to take off again, he's just going to wait it out. All you have to do is leave the plane if you're on the ground, stopped and fully repaired. You will not get a death on your service record if you leave the plane and are fully stopped while being fully repaired. And just like that, I win the game. Thank you everybody for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my video. If anybody has any suggestions on what aircraft they want me to fly next, please leave it in the comment section down below, and I'd be happy to fly that aircraft.